Welcome back to
guys.
New Movies, Worst People. It's our special YouTube show, and you're here to watch it because you're special.
And you tuned in.
Not as special as him.
I'm Derek,
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jack.
and this is A Haunting in Venice. So on our
And
last
ladies.
episode, we discussed some trailers before bottoms, and one of them was A Haunting in Venice.
Trailer looked great.
Yeah, it looked exciting. I thought it was like a new ghost movie, like scary movie, and it's actually one of those Hercule Poirot, Agatha Christie.
Yep.
Yeah,
Murder
third
mysteries.
Definitely clue vibrations coming from it.
Got those
I-
clue vibrations. Oh, oh, oh.
I did see. So, Murder on the Orient Express came out 5 years ago.
Okay.
Death on the Nile came out last year. It's been less than a year.
Oh,
since
wow.
This one.
So we're saying that they just kind of pumped them out together. They knew,
Yeah, they must have done it right away.
or at least
They
hope
didn't
they'd
want
be
their
great.
people to die. Their followers.
Sir Kenneth Branagh is getting older.
Before we get to this movie, do you want to go through the trailers we just saw?
we did that before. We'll do it again. So I'm going to mention one really quickly that we talked about last time, which was Napoleon.
Yeah.
Right.
So last time we discussed that we didn't think it looked very good.
Uh-huh.
This trailer looked way better.
Did it? I
But-
thought it was the same trailer.
There was a lot more action in this
It
trailer.
was shorter.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean I still don't want to go see it in theaters. I did notice she said it was in the previous one. I didn't see it in the previous one. The thing I think made this better for me was a person being turned into mist by a cannonball.
oh, if it was there, I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
I must
and
have
that's about
missed it.
But and then we went to, they had the trailer for, I don't know how I feel about this, but the remake of The Color Purple.
The trailer looks good,
It looks good.
but we've been fooled before by trailers.
I do appreciate that it's a person of color that's directing it.
Uh-huh.
So it's instead of
And
Steven
Oprah
Spielberg.
producing.
Yeah, Oprah produced it, and so she obviously greenlit this.
Yeah, Oprah, Quincy Jones, and Spielberg.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's three big names, man.
Yeah, it could be good. I feel like there's certain movies it's like you just don't do that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but-
Don't fuck up a good thing.
Well, why do you think they've never remade Princess Bride? Who the fuck would have the gall to do that?
I would murder them.
Oh yeah.
You know who would have the gall? Michael Bay.
Oh God! Just the exploding eels instead of the shrieking eels.
You just have Will Smith playing? No. It would be
It's Marky Mark.
Kim Coates. Kim Coates would be playing Bill
Billy
he wouldn't be
Crystal?
Billy
credited.
Crystal's character.
He wouldn't be credited.
I kept wanting to see Bill Murray. I was like, that's not right.
And you're right, Jackie would not be credited.
No, and Marky Mark would definitely be the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Hey, I'm the Dwight Private Roberts. As you wish, bro. Anything for you, Goomy Bear Buttercup.
Anything as long as you're not Asian.
Yeah, I'll
Who
do
would
this
play
movie. Is there any
Buttercup?
Asians in here? Buttercup? I don't even know of a top female. You know who it would be is because we saw her in a trailer. She's in my head. Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel?
Yes.
Or
Well,
the
Carol
young one?
Danvers.
Oh.
Carol
Okay.
Danvers, Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel. God, I get my Marvels
Brie
confused.
Larson.
Brie Larson.
She would not, because she would not work with Michael Bay. I guarantee
know.
you that.
Oh, we're gonna put Megan Fox back in them.
Oh gosh.
Princess Buttercup. This can't happen. We got to get off of this before somebody picks up on this feed and listens to
But
it.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, but I'll
We've
probably
said
watch
his
it.
name a couple times. He might hear us now.
Like I'll watch it, but I'm not going to the theater for it. It didn't look like a one I needed the earth to shake, and unlike this movie where I think if I would have watched it at home, I would have liked it less. And
Correct.
we'll get to that after
Yeah.
these trailers.
And then there was Five Nights at Freddy's, which I've heard of. It's a video game.
Yeah.
I've never played it. I have one on my VR headset, but I've never played it.
I played it on my phone.
It looked creepy. I mean, I don't know.
It
didn't,
looks fun.
It didn't grab
I
me
wanna
by
do
the bahookies.
I just like the line, ghost children inside of animatronic dolls. I was like, yes.
That's the tagline.
I'm down for it.
I mean, it looks fun-ish, but I don't know.
we'll take our daughter.
The one that I was most
She'll
excited
have no
for.
part of that.
Okay, no, one of the two I was most excited for was the bike riders. That
Oh,
looks
yeah.
really cool.
Oh, I thought it was biker Ides. I read that wrong.
The biker eyes.
The biker eyes.
The
Beware
eyes
the,
of, the eyes of bikes.
That
beware
makes
the
sense,
eyes
though.
of Mars.
Tom Hardy, Austin Butler. I didn't catch the girl's name, but she seemed like she was doing good too.
Oh,
Tom Hardy's accent, his like Chicago accent, is hilarious, but also probably really correct.
And I'm
Really
also
spot
kind
on
of
for-
terrified, so I'm not going to make fun of him for it.
No.
Like, he could be doing just an awful Chicagan. I'm like, that sounds great.
He'll fucking kill you.
Let's get a hot dog.
You've seen, was it Bronson? Is that what it's
Oh,
called?
yeah.
He'll just beat the shit out of you.
I saw that pipe he's bringing around with them, too.
But that looks fun. It's like a true
Austin
story.
Butler. I mean, he looks good. I don't know if I like him yet because I've only ever seen him as Elvis, and I liked him as Elvis.
Yeah.
But, like, are you anything else?
I've seen him in other things, at least previews, I believe. But I feel like I've
not
seen him in
sure.
something else, and he usually plays like the dreamy.
This is one I'll probably go see in the theaters and be looking forward to how Mr. Butler does.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he looked like he was doing a good job.
Yeah.
And the girl whose name I didn't catch, because I was waiting for the name of the movie to come up and I'd missed it.
And
but she
Biker
looks like
Rides.
she's doing a really good job too. I don't know. It looks cool. And then the Marvels, which we surprisingly haven't discussed yet. I
Yeah.
don't know. I want to see it, but I've seen all of them.
Theatrically.
It looks better than pretty much anything that Marvel's been putting out since, I don't know.
Other than Guardians 3.
Guardians 3, oh yeah.
But visually, it
love
looks
that.
like it's almost well done.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't look like Quantum Mania. Where
No.
you just stretch a guy's face and put it on a turd or whatever that was.
I mean, you're gonna have me believe that Michael Douglas is doing those stunts, slid on his
Dude,
knees and blew them both
Michael
out.
Douglas wasn't with anybody else. He recorded all of his scenes on a green screen in his fucking house.
Yeah.
And they just shopped him into everything. Because he's
Again.
just sitting there the whole time like,
Again, I've said this before, maybe on recording, but you put Bill Murray in a movie and maybe not like it. How dare you?
yeah.
You
Yeah.
mitigated gall.
But the Marvels looks kind of cool. I don't know. I like the three girls. I don't know her name, but the girl who plays Kamala
Rhonda?
Khan.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, the girl from Miss Marvel. I enjoyed
Yeah.
her. I think she's good. I really liked Proton or whatever the fuck her name is.
Rhonda. Her name is
Rhonda.
Rhonda.
From
Rambo.
Yeah,
Her
Monica Rambo.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what it is. Not
Sorry.
Rhonda, Rambo.
Rhonda
Monica Rambo, because she was in the first Captain Marvel, and then she was also
Yes.
in WandaVision, and her whole thing in WandaVision was awesome.
My only problem with the Miss Marvel one was they didn't make that for me. Like,
No,
it's
it's
I'm not
a show
hating
for
on
teenage
it.
girls.
Yeah,
It's-
like I watched it, I was like, all right, it's Marvel, and it's like, man, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
And good for anybody that enjoys that series. And nothing wrong with it.
I was fine with it, but it wasn't. I mean, I finished it.
Yeah, same. I finished it.
I liked it.
That's just my critique.
I
Is
mean, it was fine, but it was. You also watch a lot of YA
I do.
fiction,
I
so
do.
it was.
wait, what was it last time? Forever 19? Like you're still right there.
Forever.
Love and peace.
I just watched you cry to the last episode of Riverdale for like an hour.
It was beautiful. Oh,
It's
it
a
was-
CW show.
It was a fantastic ending.
Our producer over here looks excited.
That should tell you something. You and your daughter are watching the same shit.
Yeah,
And then the
because
last
she's my
one,
best friend.
the last one was The Creator, which I think looks great.
I think it looks great. It looks like Starfield the movie.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Maybe because I'm like balls deep in Starfield.
Yeah.
But like I'm watching. I mean, I could build that ship. I could settle that town right
Well,
there.
also Gareth Edwards, who wrote and directed it. Oh, he wrote it with someone else, and he also directed it. He did Rogue One.
One of my more favorite Star Wars things.
He
ever.
did the Godzilla 2014.
the good one.
And he did a movie called Monsters, which is how he got the job on Godzilla. I would assume.
Okay, it's
that
his
was it was a
resume.
lower budget thing, but it was a really cool movie from what I remember. I saw it when it came out.
He went to monster.com
But, like-
instead of monsters.
The ships that were flying around in this, I was like, "That's a Y-wing."
Yeah.
Disney's
you had
coming
some,
for you, man.
You had some backup props there, didn't you, buddy?
I will
where
say,
you got
I
that.
whispered over to husband, and I was like, "This is giving me some like Golden Child vibes."
Oh, a little bit, yeah,
Little
because you
bit.
got the Asian. Well, I found out was a girl. I thought it was an
yeah.
Asian boy. I
Definitely.
I know someone's like, "That looks like a little girl." I'm like, "Does it?"
yeah. Her?
To be fair, bald with machines for ears that you
Yeah.
can see straight through, and like a 5-year-old face.
I think that'll be a field trip for us. I mean, I definitely want to see it in theaters. That's
Yes.
one that I want the ground to shake. I want
Yeah.
to feel all the.
1,000%.
As
I want
soon
to
as-
strap in and feel the G's.
Oh,
I've
are we
s-
gonna get the D-box seats?
Oh yeah, we can get the D-box. I
Yeah.
mean,
Get
just
the
make sure I'm not
D-box.
drinking beforehand. I don't want to throw up in a theater.
Oh, sorry, the roller coaster was too much.
I got vertigo. It's terrible.
But it's John David Washington, who I fucking love.
I don't know by name. If you can give
That's
me a
Denzel
body of work.
Washington's son.
Oh,
Yeah, he played.
He
the
was
That's a
in,
great
Klansman.
body
he was
of
in the-
work.
He was in the Black Klansman.
I loved him in that.
He was in. Fuck, I didn't look it up. He's
What's
been in a
that?
few things. Oh, he was in Tenet.
Inception.
Tenet.
Yeah.
Tenet. Okay.
But I mean, I think.
oh shit, that's him. All
yeah.
right.
He was in another one that I saw before Black Klansman, but Black Klansman was when I first really like paid attention and noticed him. I saw his name and I was like, that can't be. So I had to go look it up. And I was like,
It's
it
his
is
son.
Denzel
Sure shit
Washington's
is.
kid.
Has the same smile too.
Yeah, we'll go check that one out then. That
Yeah.
might be our next episode.
Killer AI. Like there's definitely some Terminator stuff going on.
A little bit of Chappie.
Yeah.
I had, for whatever reason, a District 9 feels.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
slightly. No aliens, add robots, but still that same kind of thing.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, robots, aliens. What's the difference?
Wiring.
You don't know.
Depending on the... how do you know I don't know? You know nothing of my
Are
work.
you an alien?
I plead the fifth. No, you would be, because I'm from this timeline.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right, we're the
I'm not from.
Yeah, you guys watched that
We are
Sinbad
Obled.
movie that I wish I could watch.
I remember it clearly. I remember parts of it very vividly.
Parts of it.
Not the whole. I don't remember what we watched last night.
Do you remember what we just watched right now?
No.
I can tell you.
Okay.
I can tell you what we watched last night. You watched me play Starfield for the 90th hour. All right. So then we watched a movie,
Oh, we watched a movie.
A Haunting in Venice, PG-13, directed and starring Sir Kenneth Branagh.
Is it
Yep.
Sir? Did he
Yes,
get that?
it
Oh,
is Sir.
good for him.
And I'm gonna say right up front, Sir Kenneth Branagh is the best part of this movie, both for the acting and the directing.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the rest of it, I couldn't care for. Couldn't care less.
I thought it was shot super well.
Yes.
Definitely.
I mean, especially some of the scenes where they're inside, and I don't even know how to explain this well, but the camera's below them, and you're just looking straight
Yeah,
up,
the
and
low angle shots,
It's very
the-
almost like maddening.
Yeah.
You know, I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to put me at ease.
Well, that's exactly.
they did it.
The
And it
low,
worked.
low angle shots will give you a sense of like size, and they give you a sense of fear. High angle shots will make you feel more powerful. They have the Dutch angles, which is where the camera's kind of tilted.
Okay.
And that's supposed to make you feel uneasy, which they do it right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right when that fucking bird murders that other bird.
And that's our
Yes.
first of, not, I was going to say many, but like it's only in that first act we get a lot of jump scares.
Yeah.
A
Correct.
lot of just sharp,
Which I'm
loud,
for.
quick noises. Oh, it maybe the reason I didn't fall asleep right
The
away.
first act was the only act of this movie I really enjoyed. The second act I missed a lot of.
Well, I wouldn't say you missed it, Derek.
The third act, I was like, yep, saw that. Like that was my problem. Was I kind of it's a murder mystery.
Uh-huh.
It's Agatha Christie. I kind of mentioned that, and I kind of guessed it all at the beginning. Most of it. There was something I missed, and of course we're not going to talk about that. But
Yeah, I definitely watch these movies and pick somebody out right away.
Immediately.
And then watch the movie with that person in mind. And I was kind of right.
Yeah, I was spot on.
There's details that so I picked the wrong person, but they were
I
up to
didn't.
something.
Oh,
If-
okay.
I'm trying to be
So I know what
spoiler
you're
free.
talking about.
Yeah.
and I was like, so there's that and there's that.
Yeah.
Like it was just whatever. This is based on an Agatha Christie book called Halloween Party.
Okay.
Which has never been adapted, and as it was wrapping up, I was like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I got it.
not one of her better ones, it seems. I mean, I don't know the book. I know the movie.
I
but-
love that that's thrown into the movie as well. Like, my last one was a flop, and da 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 da.
Yeah. Tina Fey playing Agatha Christie.
I was gonna
basically.
say, like, let's start with getting to people because I
Yeah.
thought Tina Fey was awesome.
Yes.
And I wanted her. Like, she started every now and then doing that, like. Well, the Americans brought loud music. That's what we do. See, it's like lean into that shit. Be
She
the
should've.
be the
'Cause it's-
annoying author American that I
It's
want you to be right now.
1947, right?
Uh huh. Oh, we're
So-
seeing the ending of World War II.
Two.
It's Tina Fey as Ariadne Oliver. Jesus, what a name.
Dude,
the authoress, he calls her.
You did. Yeah, the authoress is what I would go with the rest of this episode because you did better than I ever could on
I'm
that.
just
the
gonna
only
call her
time-
Tina.
I think the only time he
Fair.
said Ariadne or whatever was at the beginning, and it's Kenneth Branagh saying it in that heavy French accent.
Uh-huh.
So it was just like, I don't know.
Oh, we should talk about the best supporting actor. His mustache.
Did you the double flare?
Uh-huh.
Double flare.
Yeah,
That's
flare
what
up like a Frenchman, and then flared on the outside like a cowboy.
I was for it. I was definitely for
Yeah,
it.
it was, and it's kept well the entire film, even when he bobbed for apples.
Especially after he bobbed for apples. It was
That's-
like, perfect.
That was my thought when she asked him to bob for apples and have some fun. I was like, well, he can't. He didn't bring the wax with him.
Oh, this
Turns
guy
out he
came
did.
prepared.
He did.
Oh yeah. He's got his bodyguard carry that shit.
Well,
Why
you
would
you
you-
don't want to stick your face in a bucket of water that everybody else is sticking their face in?
That
and then
not
try
just
to eat the
everybody
apples?
out. 20 orphans.
I saw that. I was like, good God. No wonder the plague happened.
And it looks like the little bowl they're using looks like a fucking
commode.
yeah, a little toilet you put by the side of a hospital bed. Well, I'm like,
It's
why
a-
is it made of glass?
It's a 1947
It's for
bedpan.
Sylvester Stallone's hospital bed.
Oh.
So it's
Let me get under this real quick before you do your business.
we also had Michelle Yeoh as Mrs.
Oh my
Reynolds.
goodness.
Tremendous.
She
And
put on a wonderful show for me.
But yeah, Michelle Yeoh was
Perf-
awesome.
It was nonstop with her.
so she's a medium. So the whole premise of this is that Tina Fey has found somebody that says they are a psychic medium, and I can't disprove it. I need your help because you're the next smartest person.
And I want to say she said was over 100 years old. She's like,
Oh, did she?
I believe they said she was arrested in like 1863 or something, and it's 1947, and this bitch looks like she's 40.
I mean, she looks great.
I don't know.
The hell? Either way, I mean, the actress looks fucking great. Yeah, we're haunted. The actress looks tremendous and putting on a clinic of how to be a possessed medium.
Oh,
Yeah.
I loved it. I was for it.
This is the first act of the movie that all three of us enjoyed.
Yeah.
I mean, loved
Yeah,
in
and-
my case.
You know, there's and Hercule Poirot, who is Sir Kenneth Branagh, he's retired
Yeah.
from
Secluded as fuck.
detectiving.
Yes.
But he starts figuring out this shit right away because he's fucking him.
I need this guy's life though. Like you get pastries delivered twice a day. You got a bodyguard that keeps everyone away from you, and you just live on a rooftop with no neighbors really.
Inspecting your plants with a magnifying glass.
Yeah, I'd have different plants,
And a
but
little a finger dusting brush, which
Uh-huh.
did they even fingerprint in the 40s?
ghosts don't have fingerprints.
I don't know if it was for fingerprint dusting. I think it was just for cleaning off the. It's just like a makeup brush.
But that's what you use for fingerprint dusting.
Not back then.
He did. He invented it.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe he
He
did.
didn't need fingerprints.
He's
he
the-
just looks at your hand and goes, "That's the print that's on that wall. I can see with my eagle eye.
Got it.
I spy with my eagle eye."
I spy
I mean,
with
he
my
did.
little eyes, a murderer.
Yeah, I guess that's how we have to do it, right?
Yeah.
I
Even though
am-
he's doing
I
a good
am a
French
Frenchman.
accent. He's doing a good one. We're gonna do bad ones.
I mean, it's good. It's cartoony,
Uh-huh.
but it's
It
believable.
fits the mustache.
It does.
It goes very well with his mustache.
So the other
Mustache.
actors in this, I don't really know, other than Kelly Riley, who is Beth.
Oh, now I know her
Yeah,
name.
from
That's-
Yellowstone.
We've
Yeah.
talked about that last time. We were like, I don't know, Beth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing was do something besides Yellowstone, and here we are.
And throughout this movie,
Miss
she's
Riley.
like a nice person, and I was like, I don't believe it. Just because I'm so used to.
I mean, she's gonna be
Yellowstone.
screwed. She's gonna be screwed for a while. When anytime you see her on screen, like she's up to something, it's gonna be her
And she's
downfall
got
thanks to
that,
Beth.
like,
But I love it. I'm still here for it because she does it beautifully in Yellowstone.
She's
So-
got that like indentation in her lip, and in Yellowstone, it's perfect because that's where she keeps her cigarette all the time.
Uh huh.
But I was like, just put something in there.
I've always called it the straw mouth because it looks like
Yeah.
even with her mouth closed, like I can get a cocktail straw in there.
Yep. It's exactly that. Maybe it was like she didn't smoke in this movie, but you know, the old timey cigarette filter thingies.
I recognize the bodyguard from John Wick 2. He's the main antagonist that brings John Wick back in, playing an Italian, strangely, because that's exactly what he is.
What was his name again?
Do you remember the name? I didn't get that one written.
It was
down.
like the last name was Scaramucci, so
Ricardo.
when I was
Riccardo
scanning,
Scaramucci.
when I was scanning through the IMDb before we went to like get names and stuff. I saw like 5 Italian actors listed, and not knowing who any of the characters are, I was like, well, it's shot in Venice.
Yeah.
It's like, so these are just like people in the area. So I didn't write his down because I didn't know he was one of the guys.
No, he's an actor. He's working.
And so I'll just run through the other people real quick. So we had Alessandro, who was one of the assistants, right?
Yes.
That's Amir El Masuri.
Don't recognize him.
Nope, never seen him.
Leopold. Was that the doctor?
That was the boy.
The boy.
The doctor's
Leopold's
son.
Okay.
often creepy and often captivating.
Yes.
And I usually don't like
Kid actors.
like precocious kid actors.
People.
Well, that
I don't normally
but-
like people, but
but like precocious kid actors, like
Yeah.
the smart, like the adult child. But I thought he did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
He was
I-
convincing.
He wasn't
I
over
liked
the
him.
top with it. He was pretty just like it was like mirroring The mustache
Kenneth.
guy. Yeah, Kenneth.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Herculo.
which he does kind of reference. So,
Yeah.
Um,
Your precocious kid who's a little ashamed of the attention he likes. I know something. I know something about that myself.
I know I think all that. I don't know. I got nothing.
Oh, oui, oui.
Merci.
French fries.
Oh, très bien.
They don't need French fries.
Baguette.
Jamie Dornan played the doctor, Leslie Ferrier or Ferre, whatever. I don't
Sure.
know. I'm not European.
Not even close. But you are a
And-
peon.
Emma Laird, Desdemona Holland. I think that was the
Other
maid,
assistant?
or was it the other assistant?
Olga
I don't know.
was
I
the
recognize.
maid.
I recognize the other assistant. She is. You would never watch this, but she's in a later episode of Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
I had to kind of cover myself when I talked about that.
that.
Fear the Walking Dead.
The maid's name was Olga.
Yeah, I think she might have been Vanessa Ifadoria.
Okay.
She looks like a Vanessa. I could
Because
buy
I
that.
was writing all this stuff down very late at night, and I woke up and had written half of that. Like I fell asleep writing notes.
Yeah, that's
So,
Welcome to my life.
but yeah,
Struggle's
so
real.
those are kind of like the cast of characters. It's, everybody has a reason that it could be them kind of thing. That's the Agatha Christie thing. And basically, I'm still doing it. Beth's daughter,
Forever Beth. Hashtag.
which I was confused about for a while because her daughter is like in her 20s, but I guess it's olden times. Beth's daughter,
She waited till she was 13 to have a kid. She was a little bit later in life than the rest of her friends.
but she didn't want to have any of those complications of being an adult.
Yeah, you gotta get. I mean, the plague just happened. We got to get to the breeding.
So her daughter died mysteriously, and she invites Miss Reynolds over to do a seance so they can talk to her and find out what happened, or at least get some kind of closure.
Definitely. She just wants to hear her daughter's last breaths.
And of course, Hercule Poirot is like, "There's no such thing as a fucking psychic, you moron."
There's not even a god.
Yeah, he does say at some point, he's like, if there are spirits, if there are ghosts, then there is a soul. If there is a soul, there is a God. And what the fuck, God?
Yeah,
It's kind of
And
what
God,
he says.
yeah, he's like, God lets all this terrible shit happen. Have you seen Nazis and what they do?
Yeah.
I mean,
Did
that's
you
pretty
see
much
the
his-
last decade?
That's pretty much his point, right? Because he's like, I've been through 2 wars and a famine and all these other
Somebody
things.
important to him died, Catherine, that
Catherine.
we would know more about if we'd seen the other two.
Maybe.
And-
Perhaps, or it's from the books. I would
Oh,
assume it's
yeah.
been in one of the movies because they wouldn't,
And him and Tina Fey's friendship seems like something we should know as well. Because like there's this whole
it's-
Apple thing.
It seems that her books are based on his exploits.
Yes.
Which is probably why her last 3 sucked, because he quit.
Also,
Makes sense.
I want to
Makes
say
sense.
there is a fun part, which not really a spoiler, where the maid is like comparing Perot to a detective in her books, and she's like, "So are you mimicking the book?"
Yeah.
Yeah, are you modeling yourself after her books? There's
And
just
then
like a
she
look.
just kind of like,
So Act 1, pretty much the part we love, consists of the seance and Ross Perot trying to... man, you can't have ghosts in this
Oh
house.
man, if
Ain't
Ross
no ghosts.
Perot had that mustache, he might have won.
Oh, he would have.
probably.
Oh, I would have committed so many felonies just to make sure that guy got elected, man. But yeah, so it's and we see some the typewriter sharp noises, a lot of trying to get you to jump scare whether it bit or not.
The
I
editing,
like the subtlety of it, though.
well, the editing and the direction were what this movie started, and I was like, "This is awesome."
I had
and
a
then
great
it kind
time.
of drifted away.
At first.
No, you just drifted away.
Well, yeah, because the editing did.
Yeah, for a reason.
Because it was like you said, it was the Dutch angles. There was like some wide angle lenses when the camera was real close, which also gives you an uncomfortable feeling. Like when the kid is talking to his dad, and it's like the wide angle, it makes it very like kind of pop out to you, and it makes you uneasy.
A couple times I felt dosed. Then
Yeah.
I realized
A little bit.
I did it to myself. It was by design.
And then you put that down, and you were like, "Oh shit!"
I still feel dosed.
But yeah,
Dosed and
quick
ghosted.
cuts, and like you were saying, the letters on the typewriter, and it's like cut.
I like the Foley work here.
the all of the sound design. There's a thing a little later on where there's like this like toy like thing that has like a snake
rabbit.
on it.
Oh no,
it's
that's a clock.
It's a clock.
By
That's
the
what
way,
it
the
is.
most gorgeous cuckoo clock ever. It's
Adam
the
and
Garden
Eve.
of Eden. Yeah. Every second that goes by, the snake twirls around the tree. I mean, this is
It was
fucking
beautiful.
awesome.
And there was like music building, and there was like noise in the background, but then there was also that snake sound, which obviously isn't part of the clock. I would hope. That's terrifying.
Yeah, I actually changed my mind about the clock.
And
you don't know what you've been hissing.
And Branagh's attention to detail in the shooting was really nice, because you'll see a lot of times in movies, especially in the background stuff, that nobody's really paying attention to.
Yeah.
Like, you have one shot where, like, someone's here, and then in the reverse shot, they're kind of like turned at a different angle, or they're doing something a little different. This one was so detailed. There was a shot, and it's towards the end of the movie, where like a bird lands in one of the canals. So it's a shot of the palazzo they've been at, and there's a boat pulling away, and the bird lands in the canal, and then it goes to a reverse shot, so it's obviously a completely different setup. That bird is in the exact same spot in the water.
Fantastic.
Which is just like those little things.
What a tiny detail that, like, I think most people wouldn't give a shit about.
Yeah.
But when you see it, you love it.
Yeah.
But this neurotic person.
Yeah. No, I mean, and you know what? Even if you don't notice it, you just like the movie more because of that.
Yeah. I mean, I like shitty things, but I like good things too.
I mean,
Oh, it's
only
nice to-
in your blood. You literally went to school for this.
It's nice to get out of the house and see something that's not just awful all the time.
It is. I really did enjoy this movie. I
Parts
did
of it I
know-
loved. Parts of it I'm with your husband. Like, I wish I would have just taken a little nap on that second act. Wake me when they're figuring shit out.
And we can't go too much into it, even as much as we did in past episodes.
It would
because
ruin-
it's a murder mystery.
Exactly. Like, if we say all the details we want to, you're not watching this movie now.
Yeah.
There's no point to.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as the movie started. I was like, wait, why did we do this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can talk around it though. Second act, there was a murder in Savannah. Oh wait, no,
What?
sorry, there's a murder in Venice. And so now we get to see the titular character. Well, he's not titular, but the main guy. We get to see him start to do some work with his little notepad, like you had said. You know, I'm making a list. I will check it twice.
I do like how I do want to say I did enjoy the ending very much, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, and it's so if you watch the trailer, you'll see, being the movie that it is, A Haunting in Venice, it straddles this line between, are there ghosts? Is this medium real? What's going on here? And
Is God a
this
dick?
just a murder mystery? And then even once they answer some of those questions, it's still just like, but is this? Is it that? No one knows. And they kind of keep that going throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I think it ends with you like, well, it's up to me.
Yeah,
to-
it's exactly how
to
it ends.
decide.
There was a lot less murders in this than there was in Clue.
Yeah,
Which is what I think of when I think of a murder mystery.
Clue's a better movie.
Let's watch it.
All right,
All right.
put it on.
Zoe's never seen it. Zoe, we're watching Clue.
Take a Clue.
She's like, is that one of those movies I have to pay attention to?
Is it on TikTok?
Oh, can I just segue to something really quick that
Give
has
it a shot.
absolutely nothing to do with what we did?
Yeah.
We took her to the play last night, A Book of Mormon.
Uh-huh.
And she's been listening to the soundtrack for 8 years now, because when we were together, when we started dating, he had it. And she's been begging and begging and begging to see it. So we finally took her to it. And I believe she had a fucking blast.
Good.
And there was one part of the play. If you ever get to see it, it's amazing. Go see it. But there was one specific part where her mouth dropped and she was just like for the entire 5 minutes.
Fully endorsing that play then.
If you haven't seen it or you haven't heard the music, I won't spoil it, but what I will say is it definitely involves giant fake penises and Jesus.
Ooh,
Yes.
it's a church I can get behind. It's a church I can get behind you.
Yeah, so it must be. I thought it was based on Mormon. I guess it's based on Catholics.
Well, no, Jesus came to America. There's these plates. I don't know the whole story.
They got the golden plate.
They'll tell you. We got the golden plates.
About the vinyl, if you want to listen to it.
All right.
So yeah, go see Book of Mormon. It's amazing. But yeah, to this movie, like I really enjoyed it. It was there was one part where I actually got goosebumps.
Ooh, go on. Can you tell, or is it a little?
No, I don't want to
Then
tell.
don't. We'll talk. We'll talk about it later.
Well, I don't know if there's how much more we could talk about other than like what we appreciated, what we didn't. I felt it was a little boring, but we get into recommendations.
No.
is there anything else you wanted to?
I don't know. I don't think I want to discuss anything else about
Okay.
it. Not in a bad way. It's just we can't.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we don't wanna
give
too much away.
Yeah,
Well, I do want to. I was having a laugh to myself when she's like, the sound is coming from the basement. There's no basement, and I just thought of, what'd you call it earlier? the house, Plazito.
The Plazita, I think is what they were
Plazita.
saying. Yeah.
There's no basement in the Plazita. I had a Pee Wee Herman moment. I'm like, man, if I wasn't watching this in a theater with not people, but some.
Yeah, I was like, it's just us, and then 2 more people came in. I was like, fuck.
If those people wouldn't have come in, you would have heard some great jokes.
I was like, how could there be a basement? They're literally over the water right now.
Yeah, I don't understand
Underwater
architecture. But I do want to take a trip to Venice really bad. The idea
Yes.
of going like boat to house is super appealing to me.
I was like, any city where your main form of transportation is boat,
Yeah.
it's fucking cool.
Gondola.
The police boat that was like a shiny wooden, like beautiful. It wasn't like some shitty, gaudy white thing that we see in like Miami and shit here.
Some beautiful Italian craftsmanship
Yeah,
on this
exactly.
thing. Like, it looks so fucking good. But yeah, it's a no recommend for me because the first act was captivating and it shot really well, but 2 and 3 it took a lot longer than I wanted it to be over. I did find myself checking my phone because you had told me what time it'd be over, and so I was looking. I was like, oh, we got some time left here. This kind of sucks, but I don't know. If you're into a murder mystery, go watch Knives Out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Clue.
I mean, I did really like this one. If you want to give it a shot, I definitely say give it a shot. If it's your genre of films, go do it.
Good.
Yeah, I can't recommend it. If you are,
Well, fuck you then.
if you are, I don't know, a woman of a certain age, it might appeal to you because it's like it
I'm
tends to be.
42.
Well, not older than you though. I mean, the Agatha Christie thing, this type of murder mystery tends to appeal to an older type of audience who may be more interested in this. I felt like it was very like it's very been done and it was a little bit hackneyed. The first act was great. The direction was beautiful. The on location shooting of
We
Venice
all want to go to
was fucking
Venice. Like
gorgeous.
every single one of us watching wanted to go to Venice. It's
Kenneth
crazy.
Branagh was great.
Yeah, the
Tina
mustache was
Fey
great.
was mostly great. I feel like her like snappy talk, like 40s accent came and went a little bit.
It did come and go.
It
which
was
is
in and
weird
out.
because that's kind of like her shtick. She's done it a bunch of times.
You should know how to do this.
And Michelle Yeoh was wonderful.
Yes.
And
We can't take
most-
away from... Nobody acted poorly.
Yeah.
I just think that in a murder mystery, you didn't do enough that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I think we all figured it out before the main guy did.
We've
Yeah,
all seen
you
an
know.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, double twist.
And it's like, it's like, here's a red herring, but you're looking at it going, well, it's obviously not that.
Yeah.
It's, I don't
Yeah.
know, to me anyways.
When this whole series, I'm sure, is telling you everything's grounded in reality, you're like, well, it can't be ghosts because it hasn't been ghosts.
Yeah.
And it won't be ghosts. Or, what I'm seeing is...
I
like-
don't think the other two were ghost involved.
I don't think so. I think that's why
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the thing
yeah.
in this one.
Yeah.
But like in this, it's like, is it the jilted ex-lover? Is it the paranoid,
doctor?
housemaid? Or
Dun, dun, dun.
Or the brain broken doctor?
Yeah, the doctor whose
Yeah.
son has to feed him pills. Like,
I mean, I thought it was cute. I didn't mind that part.
Yeah.
He's got what we would now know as PTSD from,
Yes.
serving as
I think
a
he called
medic.
it
Shell
a
shock.
brainstorm.
A brainstorm
the
and
kid called it.
war fatigue.
War fatigue.
Like,
yeah.
if you don't have fatigue from war, I don't think I want to know you, pal.
But yeah, I mean, so overall, it's 2 no's and a yes.
So
But-
it's a soft no. It's a no for me. It might not be a no for like you alluded to. If this is your
Exactly.
thing.
This might be your kind of thing. My parents will probably go see it because they go to the movies a lot, and my mom's gonna say it was awesome.
Yeah. She'll be wrong, but yeah, she'll say it.
I can say that because
Love
she
you,
won't
Mom.
watch this. She doesn't. They don't care. They don't watch it.
Ha, he
Well, I
doesn't
still love
love
you.
you.
And we'll find out if they do when my mom slaps me in the face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
You
I'm
know
gonna
what you
record
did.
it and then we're gonna put it up on
Ooh,
TikTok.
Yeah.
make it a GIF. That's how we communicate from now on.
Oh my god! I just recently saw my siblings up in Phoenix, and my baby sister called it a GIF, and I looked at her. I was like, "The fuck you just said?"
I know the guy
We're
that
in the
created
middle
him
of a
calls it a
restaurant.
GIF, but the G stands for graphic, not
Yeah,
Jaffic.
He's incorrect.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
wrong.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
That's
it
a
doesn't
different-
matter because
that's a
it's
different
GIF.
podcast.
It's GIF.
It
Come
is
off
GIF.
it.
Also, Jif is peanut butter.
Also, fight me.
So that's gonna be it for this episode. I did it right.
Well done. Golf clap? Yeah.
I clapped myself.
You gave yourself an STD, dude?
We got Arsenio back there. Yeah.
Don't choke on that popcorn.
Just get a-
You're not supposed to woo. You're not supposed to woo with your mouth full. And that was the last noise she ever made. We're gonna have to have a seance, man. There's gonna be a haunting in this house.
I think she just died.
I don't know what our next episode will be for sure, but I think we're leaning towards an Expendables 4.
Not because of that, because it means that we have to watch the first 3 to
Do
get
we?
you caught up. Yeah,
I have to watch them.
people like us have to.
And that's the problem is that
Like I've seen them, but I need to see them again before I go watch this 4th.
Are we
going
gonna
to
watch them all together?
Why not?
that
Let's
comes
do it.
out at the end of this week, which means instead of playing Starfield for 9 hours, I have to watch 9 hours of Expendables.
You could do both.
Just watch Expendables on my on my phone
Yep.
while I'm playing Starfield.
The way that Stallone intended it. I figured they're going to be multitasking, playing some games, building some ships.
That's why we
Ooh,
didn't spend any money on the effects.
can you make that a glass bottom ship?
I bet he can.
He's into sex pooping, guys.
Check out our podcast, Bad Movies, Worst People. It's available anywhere you get podcasts. You can go to badmoviesworstpeople.com. We have new theme music.
Buy our merch, bro.
Yeah, I think we should have. Should this be the episode where we have music from Magilla Gorilla?
Is that what we're going to go with?
Yep.
All right. We have new theme music from Magilla Gorilla. We have merchandise that says Bad Movies, Worst People. We
Just
also
a-
have some really cool ones that have...
Just showcasing your wife's boobs, dude. You just Vanna Whited your fucking wife's boobs.
He does it every night.
There's some cool designs that were drawn by friends of the show, so
Oh,
you don't just
yeah.
have like goofy words that I tried to make on the Photoshops.
Oh, come on, they were great.
They are great. I still love wearing this shirt.
But that'll be it for right now for this episode. Remember, again, check out the podcast. It comes out every Monday. We've never missed a day. Check it out. There's a lot of episodes.
Knock on wood.
We haven't missed a day yet.
There's wood behind you.
There's wood below me.
There is.
So that'll be it for this episode. I have been Derek.
I'm always Whitney.
I have been Jack.
Go to the movies and fucking support these people.
Yes, support them.
Oh, yeah. And support the strikers.
Oh yeah.
100%.